I ain't even know that it'll be my family friends. I was so naive, I thought they were like who I am. Bow my head and prayed, and God said that's all in the plan. Gotta go through hardships to make me who I am.
All right. Welcome to the Smoke Pit. I'm your host, Marshall Jones, and today I have a very special guest. I have Mr. Ramesh here. Mr. Ramesh, man, how you doing today, bro?
Fine, thank you. How about you, Devon?
I'm doing great, man. To give a little small backstory, me and Mr. Ramesh, we met doing insurance on one of my side gigs. I also sell insurance, and this guy has an amazing financial mind. And there's questions that he wants to ask us and ask the people of our country, and mainly because you will probably hear it a lot from him. His term youngsters. He's trying to reach the youth with the thought process that there needs to be more youth being educated in STEM, science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. And I agree with him. I feel like the way that our world is going, that STEM is a way to where it will be conducive to success for our youth. So I'm going to let Mr. Ramesh take it away. First, I'm going to ask about your background before we even dive into the STEM, Mr. Ramesh.
Hey, Devon, how are you?
I'm good. So
it's nice to meet you in our insurance industry.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yes, sir.
And basically, I'm a computer science guy. I graduated. I did my master's in computer applications. It's my master's in India.
India?
This was way before you were born.
What school did you go to?
It's called the PhD College of Technology. It's based in South India. And in those days, that was the second earliest. I don't know how to say that. It's a second.
Earliest founding.
Yeah, the government, the universities offered computer applications.
Oh.
Anyway, nowadays, of course, India graduates around 2 million engineers every year.
Dang.
Yeah, India is a big. India has got a lot of engineering graduates.
Yes, sir.
After China. Coming back, then I came to Jacksonville around in 1992, and I've been working in various industries in finance, insurance, real estate, as well as in the retail industry.
Okay, so I'm
and now I joined the insurance sales.
start selling. Hey, yeah. So in this regards, what was the deciding factor of you leaving India and coming to America?
Because of the opportunities.
Opportunity?
There's no doubt about it. Even to, in 1989 when I came, India didn't have the big industry, IT industry, information technology. Now India has got, now a lot of companies are there, more opportunities are there in India compared to 35 years ago.
Yeah.
Having said that, still a lot of Indian engineers do come to the US every year because there is a shortage of software talent in this country. There are many kids graduating. Coming back to that, let me tell you, in 1980s, early 80s, there were more American kids graduating in computer science than it was 5 to 10 years ago. Now again, it has picked up. In 1980s, early 1980s, America used to graduate a lot of women engineers, then there was a dip down, and now it's coming back again. Okay.
I think that everything in the world and in our lives is a cycle.
That's true.
And
that's true.
With that cycle happening, popular culture might be the reason for that decline since the 80s, because with technology also came us being able to feel like we can grab people and things that we couldn't grab or have access to before. So once technology opened up the door for popular culture to be right in front of our faces at all times, it made the decline of ambition towards those levels. But I feel like everything is in cycles, and that's coming right back around.
That's right, true, because as I see that coming back, we will discuss it later in our shows, how a lot of things are coming back, like manufacturing and all that stuff.
So you go to school in India, you decide to leave India, and you come here for a better opportunity. What So you came here after your technology degree. Did you immediately use it when you came into America, or did you go into a different field?
No, it was technology right the day. Those days you could come and work directly on a B1, like a visitor visa. It's called B1. Nowadays you cannot work. In those days you could work for a short period of time. For I came there, and we had to go through. This is something that everyone has to go through. You have to convert to a work permit, and then technology industry. The jobs were there a lot. There were a lot of jobs in those days. There's still a lot of jobs today.
Yes, sir.
Therefore, right from day one, to answer your question, yes, I was in the technology industry. In fact, only last few months I have been in non-technology.
Yeah, you went to insurance.
Insurance.
Yeah, he's like, this the longest time I've not been doing technology. So describe me this, man. You come from India, you come to America. I'm gonna close my eyes. Give me your first day in America. Like, what happened when you got off the plane? Like, describe it. Where did you land? What city? What state? Describe that to me.
Oh, I was. I landed in Minneapolis. You know, the coldest. Devon, Minnesota.
Yeah.
Is called the ice box of the U.S.
Yep.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
It's if New York is cold, Chicago is cold, Minnesota is 10 times cold. So it was a very cold.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I was there for 3 months, and I said, I'm out of this.
Yeah,
Okay.
I bet.
Yeah. Then it's a different experience. Now, after I moved to Florida, then I said, I'm not moving anywhere else.
Okay.
Because-
Yeah. Florida is like paradise.
Yeah.
So you went to Minneapolis and you left after 3 months. Okay. So STEM, ever since you went to college and got a technology degree. We're going to rewind a little bit. When did you first fall in love with technology? Like, when was that eureka moment for you?
What happened was I joined a company in India. It's called HCL Systems, and I joined as a management trainee. Just joined. Then I realized, they were talking about these things called COBOL, Fortran. Those days, those were the in things. Okay? I was like, what are these machines? Then I came to know about it, that it's not some machine, it's a language.
Okay.
You develop. Then I applied for this master's thing. I worked only for 3-4 months, or maybe 6 months. And then I joined this, I got into this master's program. And then that's how it related. See, in India, what happened was we pursue the opportunities, especially because that's where we knew that engineering. Even today, I'm telling you, why so many India produces so many engineers is because that's where the jobs are. The jobs are in technology, in engineering, in science-related functions.
Okay, so now,
and that's what we have to convince
the youngster.
Hopefully, the youngsters here too to adopt, to take the
Technology.
IT technology as the profession, as the occupation.
I feel like in that sense, or that essence, STEM is the new trade jobs for like what's the generation after baby boomers? What's the generation?
It's
Gen X.
Gen X. No,
So-
I thought is it
Well,
millennials, no?
No, Gen X, because I'm a millennial, so it's
Gen
might be
X.
my parents. All right, so the Gen X, there were trade jobs. I mean, there's still trade jobs for us, but I'm saying, like, if you didn't go to college, if you didn't go certain routes, there were trade jobs that you can do. Plumbing was big in the 80s, carpenter, construction, all of those trade jobs. I feel like STEM is the trade jobs of the future as far as everything is going technology. So as long as you got that trade under your belt, you can sustain life. Like a plumber, if he wasn't a master plumber, if he stopped plumbing after 20 years, he can still go sustain himself by being a plumber for himself.
Absolutely.
So I feel like STEM is that same narrative. Like if these children even just get into it and it's not their main love or their main focus, then they can still be able to sustain themselves with that knowledge. even if they dive into these technology programs or they go to school and get that degree and they go in a different route, you can always fall back on that.
Absolutely. Even today, coming back to trade, the trade schools are becoming more popular in this country now. You have the HVAC, the plumbers, the electricians, the welders.
Yep.
A lot of these jobs are there now. It's coming back again. And Devan, I don't know whether you realize it or not. The college enrollment has gone down in this country because people are realizing, hey, instead of getting this degree in some of these liberal arts, which doesn't lead me to anywhere, let me go to the trade school, get a good pay, and I don't have a college debt, nothing. Okay, for that sort of thinking has come because a lot of these liberal art degrees do not end up with anything, with any skill.
Nowadays, most degrees, if it's not sufficient towards our job market or our economy, then like a person could go get a psychology degree now, a sociology degree, and then doesn't necessarily pan out for them. I feel like, wait, before I even go into my next question.
By the way, we don't want to offend any psychology or social.
Oh, no offense. I'm saying that.
What you're saying has got a point.
Yeah.
Is we don't need a 200,000 psychologists, 200,000 sociologists
for 400 jobs.
For 400 jobs, exactly. Yeah. Now we do need them in small, limited numbers. Coming back, the job market. Since we are talking about jobs, the job market is doing very well. It's a tight job market. Therefore, if people have the right skills, there are enough opportunities right now.
So, what is STEM?
STEM, as you said, is science, technology, engineering, and mathematics.
Okay.
Okay. That means you could be, as per the definition of the U.S. government, even biology is not considered STEM for some reason. Okay, I don't know why. It's only when they say science, I think they mean like physics, chemistry, and all that.
Yeah.
Engineering, of course, all sorts of engineering, electrical, mechanical, chemical, aerospace, things. Computer, then sciences under computer science and all that. But I was told that as per the statistics, they do not count like someone majors in microbiology. I mean, I could be wrong. That's what I was told. I have to research on that.
So,
it's a very narrow definition of the government definition of STEM. But the medical sciences is, of course, is a booming industry, is a booming job opportunity.
Yeah.
For there's no harm, in considering them as part of the STEM.
What creates your passion for wanting the youngins, in your words, or the youth to go the STEM route? Why are you so passionate about that?
Because that's where the job opportunities are, and the number two is the pay is far better in a STEM. For example, let me tell you, if you go the liberal arts route, okay, and you end up if you don't get a good job as a psychologist or some other thing or a social, even if you are doing social workers, the pay is not very high. And the second thing is you may make like $18 an hour, $20 an hour, okay, and there is a ceiling for that one.
Yeah.
For whether if you work for 20 years, you may go up to $25, $26 or something like that an hour. Whereas in the STEM, your floor itself is quite high. You start off at about $45, $50 an hour, okay, not including the benefits, okay, not including the growth in the industry.
So, if I'm in the grand scheme of things, if I'm picking up what you're putting down, if these youth were to get more into STEM, then there's better paying jobs, more money going back into the economy, more home purchases, more assets purchases, to where this will actually help. You're actually seeing it as, I want to help the future. if I help the future, I can get these kids into this mindset to where they're making better money, but then there's less bad credit, there's less poverty if we can have more of these youth. Because you're talking to a liberal arts major right now. I got my bachelor's in audio production, so you're actually stating facts. Is that we go for our passions and like I'm working insurance, or I've worked in having a CDL, or I worked on landscaping. I haven't worked doing my degree because of it's mesh of it's just over flooded with so many people with that degree, just like other liberal arts degrees or arts degrees. It's just over flooded. We go to college sometimes for our passions and not for our future. And when you do go to college, I think people should pay attention to the economy and where the country is headed as far as the job market. So since I stated that, let me get some of the statistics from you in regards to the STEM jobs. How many jobs in America or now are going towards the STEM direction?
We don't know. I mean, I would say because there is a bureau called Bureau of Labor Statistics.
Okay.
That's where the federal government does that.
You said, what is it called again?
Bureau of Labor Statistics.
Bureau of Labor and Statistics. Okay.
Now, they tally the number of jobs on a monthly basis.
Mm-hmm.
It's called JOLTS, that is Job Openings. I think currently what it is. I forgot the expansion of that.
Okay.
Okay. It's called JOLTS, JOLTS. Okay. Now they say there are about 6.9 million jobs in this country right now.
6.9 million?
Approximately 6.7 to 6.
Of STEM jobs?
No, not STEM jobs. All jobs.
6.9 million
No, all jobs. All jobs.
Okay.
That means it includes construction, STEM, healthcare, leisure, hospitality, you name it.
It is just 6.9 million
about
jobs?
6.9 million
Wow. Opening jobs. Okay. That makes sense.
Okay. Now there are about 4.5 million people to 5 million people looking for jobs.
Okay.
But there is a mismatch.
Yeah.
Because the jobs that is needed the
require qualification. Yeah.
It doesn't match. Therefore, there will be about a couple of million people who will always be on a rotational basis.
Mm-hmm.
It's not the same people, but on a rotational basis, there is always this mismatch, and they will always be unemployed for some time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, some people will be unemployed for a longer duration. Some people will be unemployed for a shorter duration.
Mm-hmm.
That's where the government also releases the unemployment. How many people are unemployed every week?
Yeah.
All these things show up in a weekly unemployment statistics, which is right now. Last week it was about 231,000 people got unemployed.
Wow.
This is something every week the government tallies. Okay.
And this is in the website that you told.
This is the one that the government releases the information.
Okay, and this is the JOLTS?
This is called the JOLTS is different.
Okay.
JOLTS is the number of jobs that is opened, that is always opened, okay, every month. How many jobs are opened? Okay.
So what website will we find out the unemployment?
This is called bls.gov. Therefore, viewers, please go. You can always get statistics at bls.gov.
Okay.
There is also statistics available in dol.gov. That is a Department of Labor, DOL. BLS is Bureau of Labor Statistics.gov.
Mm-hmm.
Then there is on the general economy and things like that, you can get it in BEA.gov. That is Bureau of Economic Analysis.gov.
Yes, sir.
And there are tons of data available on commerce.gov, energy. On every industry there is data. Okay. Therefore, but the main three things are bls.gov, dol.gov, and bea.gov.
And we'll go there and we'll find out the information about how many people have been unemployed in the last coming weeks or the upcoming weeks, or how many jobs are available versus how many people are looking for jobs and such. Those.
And let me tell you, the unemployment rate right now is 3.9%. Okay, the 3.9% today
Mm-hmm.
is below 4, is the longest ever after 1960s. During the 1960s,
Yeah.
this was this low. For the unemployment rate has been low for the longest period of time since, President Nixon.
Yeah.
Okay, when he was the president, it was this low.
Damn.
Therefore, the situation is very good, generally speaking. You need to have the right skills
Mm-hmm.
and the right temperament, and you can get better job opportunities today.
So, how does Ramesh create the eureka moment for the youth to open their minds and look towards the direction of STEM? How do you make that happen?
There's nothing like what we will do is we will talk about it. My plan is let's talk about every month, okay, on what's the situation is, and let's take also. I also want to talk about what are the certifications in technology, and talk about a company and in detail. That way, we don't want everyone to be in STEM too, because not everyone will have that passion, okay, or the interest, okay. Whoever wants to, but we have to give the information so that they can. Some people can choose and then say, "Oh, okay, I can do that certificate. Maybe that will help me."
What if you had a program, Ramesh? Because I could see you having this program where you have sponsors of these technology companies that will accept your youth from your program to go and intern. So you set up your program, your youth come, they learn about STEM, they figure out which part of STEM is in their interest, whether it's the science, the technology, the engineering side, or the math. And you have sponsors of businesses that fall into those spectrums, and you can send little Chelsea to go to this math company and intern and possibly get a job there, or you can send little Jackson over here to this engineering company, Boeing, and he can be over there and intern over there and possibly get a job. I feel like that'd be great.
Yeah, that's we have to. We can work with the local leaders in Jacksonville. That's our goal.
Yes, sir.
Okay? And what we will do is we will, if some kids, we can work with churches,
Mm-hmm.
okay, and some youth programs.
Yeah.
And hopefully we can give them the opportunity. Now, there are two ways we have to do. One is, first of all, we have to give them the information on certificates, on what certificates are available and what will it lead to, okay, especially with, technology booming.
Yeah.
Okay. And the second thing is we need to tie up, once they finish the certificate, with a company, local company in Jacksonville or around Northeast Florida, and give them the opportunity. Now, we'll talk about on how Goodwill is helping, the Goodwill,
Yeah.
how Goodwill is helping, how Google is tying up with Goodwill in creating these creating these certificates. We can talk about all those type of things.
Yes, sir.
Okay? For our plan and our goal is every month we'll talk about technology, in detail. We'll discuss about a company, and we will invite some professionals who are working in these companies who have the knowledge, to join our podcast and give their information.
I feel like, if you got friends, because I know you got friends or
We can do that.
close people.
Yeah, we'll do that. We have friends, and also we can work with with other network, and see how we can bring once in a while some experts who are working in the companies, okay,
Mm-hmm.
and give their experience, what are the opportunities in these companies, how to get into those companies, what those companies are offering from the perspective of employment. Okay.
Yep.
We'll discuss all that. Our goal, that's what our goal about in this podcast is giving information for the youth. That way they can pursue their passion or their interest, and we will also talk about Devon on it's not simply jobs, it's also how do you invest.
Yes.
Okay, therefore you could be working in the insurance industry, you could be working in the retail industry, you could be working in some other industry.
If your budget
What
and
are
your
the opportunities? What's that?
if your budgeting is not correct, if your investment is not correct, no matter where you work, you end up.
By the way, we need to talk about how the stock market, how the equities are doing, how mutual funds are doing, how ETFs are doing. Okay, and remember, we'll talk about, for example, an ETF. QQQ. We'll talk about an ETF, VT. Okay.
All right, elaborate on those. QQQ.
Okay. QQQ. QQQ is that's an ETF which is basically like a mutual fund. Like it's a stock of stocks. It's a stock of stocks, meaning you buy one share of QQQ. You're buying companies like NVIDIA. Have you heard NVIDIA?
Yeah.
NVIDIA, Google, Microsoft, Apple.
So it's like a bundle of
It's a bundle.
A stock bundle.
You buy one stock, you bought a bunch of those stocks. Okay. Now right now it's hovering around 480 plus, I think, the last time I checked. Okay. $480. You buy one, okay, you bought a piece of everything. Okay. Now there is I think there is another ETF called VT. I think it's a Vanguard fund ETF. You buy one stock, you bought the whole stock market. For it represents the entire stock market, the total stock market index.
Okay. I didn't know these things. See?
Yeah.
This is cool.
If you just buy one stock of VT or one ETF, then you're buying the entire stock market. For how nice it is. Therefore, let's say some young guy buys every 2 weeks or every month, depending on how much they earn, one VT, and it can multiply and multiply and multiply. Let's say someone starts at the age of 18. Now, I mean, we have high schoolers who work part-time when they are doing to college, or they go to college, they are working part-time. They invest one of these ETFs, and it has a compound effect. That's called compounding. Okay. And the second thing, the most important thing in investing is not the timing. It's not like, oh, the stock market is down, okay, let me go and buy it. Oh, the stock market is up, let me go and sell. You can't time it. You buy periodically, week after week or month after month, and that will do dollar cost averaging, it's called. For stock market can be the same, but you can still make money.
Yeah.
You understand how it is?
Yes, sir.
For example, let's say stock market was 100. Let's say a stock price was a mutual fund or something. Okay, let's say it is $100. For example, you bought one share.
Yeah.
Okay, you got one share. You paid $100. You got one share. Let's say the same mutual fund went down to 50 because the stock market. Now you put the same 100. You got two shares. Let's say after few years it went back to 100. You again buy with $100, you bought one share. Okay, for the price hasn't gone anywhere. 100, 50, 100. But then how many shares you got? You got one share first, you got two shares second time, and you got again one more share third time. That means you got 4 shares, and you spent $300. For the price is the same, therefore that's called the dollar cost averaging. Because when it went down, you bought more.
Yeah.
So even when you came back to the same price, okay, you didn't lose money. In fact, you still made money.
We definitely gonna have to dive into that on
We'll
episode 2.
We'll discuss all that.
Yeah, man.
And that's a good thing. And if you viewers, if you have any questions, please send those queries right in this under this.
Yo, yeah, man. If y'all have any questions, definitely make sure you comment, make sure you like, make sure you subscribe. This is Mr. Ramesh. Mr. Ramesh, say your last name, please, for me.
Pudhucode.
Pudhucode.
Pudhucode. Got it.
Pudhucode. So, Mr. Ramesh, man, it's been a pleasure. We've been actually in the works of doing this for what, 2.5 weeks.
Yeah.
So it's been in the works for a while. I'm excited about sitting down and chatting with you again about the stock market, because just that little snippet of information, I've learned a lot from that. And I'm somebody who has and dabbled in light investments on Robinhood and thought I was doing something. But to have somebody who's knowledgeable like you around, I know that you can help me build my portfolio. And these conversations that you guys see on the Smoke Pit, it's not going to be one-sided in regards to just music artists or just stories about people's lives. I want to bring everything to you guys, whether it's about money management, whether it's the stock market, whether it's STEM, whether it's the woman who told her life story and compelled us all, or whether it's the musicians who have stopped by and graced our presence. I want to provide you guys with organic content from all of America, because this is what America is a melting pot, not only of people, of demographics, but information. That's what America is. My name is Marshall Jones, and this has been the Smoke Pit. Thank you guys for tuning in.
I said I do it for my niggas who ain't never had shit. From the streets to the mansion. Do it for my niggas who ain't never had shit. From the streets straight to the mansion.